At the Kitchen Table with Soraida and Friends is proudly sponsored by Classic Homes. We make it better than new with the classic touch.
You got too many cooks living in the kitchen. You don't know what you've been missing.
Welcome to At the Kitchen Table with Soraida and Friends. Happy fall, happy October. I would love to have the two special guests in front of me introduce themselves and let anybody watching or listening, tell them, who are you?
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jason Conrad, and I am the owner of the Salem Capitals, which is the professional basketball team here in Salem.
And my name's Collin. I'm executive director at Capital Futbol Club, youth soccer organization. We serve almost 7,000 kids every year. So
amazing.
No.
I thought you two would be great to have on the podcast together because, one, you're both great men in this community, and we're lucky to have you. But your extension of sports and the people that it touches. And then I thought today, I'm just going to start it from me. Why is sports so important to our youth?
Sports are such a big part of, I think, society in general. And it's just such an easy way to connect with people. I think for me, I go back to this quote from Nelson Mandela, that his sport has the power to change the world. It speaks to kids in a language that they understand. And so I think there's a lot of things that our kids are doing that just, they don't really care about or they don't have relevance in, but sports is something that is a way for kids to connect with each other, for adults to connect with kids, and just is just a way that creates just a really unique sense of community. So I think those are the special things about sports that I see. I don't know.
No, absolutely. I think the carryover from youth sports into adulthood, like learning how to communicate, learning to work as a team. I went from being a youth athlete to a college athlete to a professional athlete, and now I own a business with no experience of owning a business before this. And I think being able to use all the tools that I learned throughout sports growing up have definitely carried over to what I'm able to do today.
Absolutely.
I think in this decisive world that we live in, where it's like one or the other, sports can provide a common ground, which I love that you're just watching the games. The rules are the rules,
yep.
And that's it. And the refs are the refs. So both of you obviously play youth sports. What would your life look like if you didn't have sports?
Oof.
It would be interesting. What most people don't know, my biggest passion is actually art. So I would probably be the art teacher that I actually went to school to be. But that's a tough question. It was hard. Both my parents were D1 athletes. And so sports was in me as soon as I was born. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I could even picture a life without having sports in it, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I feel kind of similarly. I played my whole life growing up. In fact, how I got into some of the things that I'm doing is I had hip surgery when I was 18 years old. And so I didn't have sports for a period of my life there, and to try to put things together and try and figure that out. I think there's some healthy elements to that because obviously we find so much of our identity in that. Mm-hmm. I think in the positions that we're
adversity.
In. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I also think, there's so many things, like you go back to the life lessons that you learn or the things that you take from the court or the field that you apply to just everyday life and different things that are there. I just don't, it's hard for me to imagine what things would look like without it. So,
yeah, I agree. I love the teamwork aspect, and you can tell when somebody's played sports or any kind of team. It doesn't have to be sports or athletic. It could be drama, but when people have to work together as a team and learn how to deal with different personalities, that definitely I love about both of you. So you provide a ton of scholarships, what I want you to talk about. And then I want you to talk about how you really brought that family element to the Salem Capitals with offering that the kiddos to get in for free.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Me? Okay. So about half of our population out at the club is at or below the poverty level out there. So that's been a big piece of our identity, is our scholarship program over the years. We've given, I got to total it up again, but it's over $1 million away over the last 10 years or so.
That's awesome.
To allow kids to be able to participate. And I think you talked about community. And I think that's what's so special to me about soccer in particular, is you just have, kids and families from all different walks of life that end up on a field together. And it's just such a great thing for those kids who, what else would they be doing? What are the other things that are filling their time? So giving them something positive to do where they're connecting with the kids. I know we have kids that'll just come out to the complex that are just like, hey, I'm here. I'd love to play. How can I be a part of this? Because it's kind of their safe space in some ways, So what we do at that scholarship program and how we integrate those kids is just a pretty key part of who we are. So, yeah.
Yeah. With us, we do students get in free on Sundays, but the whole thing, like, I don't want your tax bracket to determine whether you get to have a full experience or not at a Salem Capitals game. So I know there's some teams in other areas that will charge $40 per ticket, and our youth senior military tickets are $6. General admission is $12. Like, I have a deal with my concessions that I'll take a lower percentage so they can sell cheaper and still hit their margins. So there's not this like state fair or pro sports pricing and you're not buying a $20 hot dog. So you can go with a family of 4 and get t-shirts for everybody and food for everybody and spend less than $100 and still enjoy this full experience of really good basketball. Because at the end of the day, we have guys that have gone to the NBA. We have guys that are playing professionally overseas. And I think people don't really grasp how high of a level this is. But yeah, from the community standpoint, like being able to accommodate everybody, especially the kids, because those are the ones we have the most influence over. And I always go into tryouts telling guys, like, I don't care if you're the best player, you have to be the right player, because it's about more than basketball. Like, we are very ingrained in the community and we are very conscientious of the fact that we are athletes 24/7, not just when we're on the court. So yeah.
I think that's great. And, when you said that people don't realize how big of a league that is, I kind of think even with you, like, CFC is doing soccer tournaments, but you had refs from Spain. I'm like you're doing it.
I mean, there's some pretty high level stuff that's going on in the sports world. But just in Salem in general.
That's what I mean. Like, just to highlight it, that I love that. Like, you're doing big things. I mean, talk about the expansion for everybody watching or listening.
So we're in the middle of building a 25,000 square foot building right now. It'll have indoor field as well as community spaces, some places where we're going to do team meetings, be able to support the kids off of the field as well. And then our offices will all come out there. So we've been working on kind of developing out our sports complex, and it really, with the building being there, is just going to kind of complete everything that we're trying to do there. So it's a pretty special place. I mean, if you look at sports complexes in general, there's not many. We're a 37-acre sports complex that's out there right now. And we have a couple of fields that are FIFA Pro quality, which I think they're 2 of 11 that are in North America.
Oh, wow.
And so, you talk about
fact, right?
different things there. Yeah. And so then to be able to have the facility right next to all of that stuff to support those things, really, if you look up and down the West Coast, we're one of just a handful of places that's going to have that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, you've already blown up, but you're about ready to blow up. I think there's some exciting things happening at Salem Capital. I don't think you can talk about all of them.
I can.
But you have a newsletter.
Just
people can
close a few things.
Okay,
we left. I can say we left the current league we're in, and we're doing some really big things. We have some really big names and ambassadors on board. We have a lot of celebrity and NBA people that have just signed on as ambassadors. Our executive team is doing an awesome job of, wrangling all these people in, and it's going to be big. I mean, much bigger than what we were in before. And I'm super excited when I'm able to disclose everything.
So awesome. Just follow you on social media.
Yeah. Follow us on social media.
Salem Capitals.
We should, maybe not November. We'll definitely have everything announced and what's happening and like how extensive everything is that we've been doing and just the credibility of the new things that we are jumping into. So,
and what are the dates of anybody?
So our season is going to start March 20th. So it'll kind of be pushed back almost a month. In the spirit of collaboration and not competing, I've already gotten the Marionberry schedule, so we're going to schedule around them, which is perfect. That they get their schedule so soon. Awesome. I'm hoping to do some collaboration stuff with them if we play on the same weekend. I've already designed like a Salem Capitals jersey that's purple with like a Marion Barry nose ring instead of a basketball. So
oh my gosh, I love that so awesome. Much.
Yeah, but I think, that's a big concept of ours is like, we're not here to compete. We're here to collaborate, especially on the community front. Like unless someo's going to be like, hey, I'll give you $500,000. We won't do anything exclusive. We won't do anything exclusive. But no, there's been some really cool concepts as far as like trying to partner up businesses and nonprofits together to come in and, have their own game and collaborate that way and just try to have people network through sponsorship, which has been an interesting concept to lay out.
Yes. And I've been lucky enough on this podcast to have different nonprofits on here. And it is so important. Like both of you are so involved with, I'll see both of you at any auction I go to that's for a nonprofit. It's just like, okay, here we are. Let's do this. And I love that collaboration that we have going on right now. So, Collin, you have a big auction coming up that is helping support all those scholarships. So, date, how you can get tickets, how you can help.
So November 15th, so it's coming up. We'll be at the convention center. Everything you can find, tickets, sponsorship, all those kind of things is on our website at cfcsalem.com/auction. So it's going to be a good night. It's our primary fundraiser for the whole year, and it's what we use to really drive all those scholarships that we're able to do for all those kids. So it's a fun night, a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, thank you both. When this episode will air later, but I know that you're going to be the MC for Garden, and I love that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Me and Bonnie, I've done it. I missed last year because I was out of the country, but I had done it the 2 years before that, and it's a super fun event, and it's just grown, and now we're moving from where we were in Salem to the Orkin Gardens in Silverton, so I'm pretty pumped for it.
Yeah, so that event will have already taken place when this airs, but look up Garden. They have an annual luncheon too, and they do a lot of great things. They are the ones that do the sip and stroll through downtown. Very cool. So keep an eye on that. Okay, so soccer season right now. You're getting to go. You're doing it.
It's always soccer season. That's the truth. There's no non-soccer season. We are wrapping up the fall season right now. We have some cup play for some of our teams, so they'll do some like state cup and that kind of stuff through November. We also start our indoor season 2 weeks from now. So we have another 700 kids that we're gonna pack inside the indoor there.
So in East, winter, spring sports. So how many teams are you organizing? Just to give people an idea, because I'll say, oh, that's a CFC kid or that's a CFC kid.
Yeah.
Just assume everyone you see is a CFC kid.
We have a little over 60 teams that'll play basically year round. So those are kind of the core teams that we have. And then we have, what do we have for the fall? Close to 200 teams for the fall. Wow. Then we're going to organize another... Well, it's like 700. So that's like 75 teams, 80 teams here just now. And then we do our after school program. So we're in 23 elementary schools right now.
Tell me about the after school program.
It's called Grassroots After School Soccer Program. So it's for 4th and 5th graders that are kind of at the highest need. Those are for the kids that typically wouldn't be able to participate. So we do a program. It's right after school. It's for free. So no cost, right after school. The schools are very involved, so they pick out the kids that would be the best fit for those programs. And then we kind of host them for a couple tournaments a year at our complex. So these kids, they come out.
I love that so much. That just gave me all the feels.
Yeah. Well, and we've been at our complex, but we've also done it at the Kaiser Community Fields. And those kids are like, it's their first ever like organized sports thing. So they come out, they play under the lights.
Oh, that's so cool.
And they have grandma and grandpa, aunt and uncle. Everybody comes out.
You need to tell me next time that you have a game.
We'll have to have you come out. And what we can do is we can have you present the awards at the end of the thing. Yeah. So it'd be super fun because we do like different awards for character and for, obviously the winners.
I'm all in.
Stuff,
sold, right? We're sold.
How can I mean, if you want me to come out there too,
you can come too. So, but it's a super, super cool program.
And you're doing that year round through the schools?
We do basically a fall and a spring season. So we let the schools kind of get up and running because the beginning of the year is pretty intense. And then so most of those teams will start end of September, beginning of October. And then we have a tournament in November and then one more like final thing in December.
So you have a tournament coming up?
We always have things. Right?
No, for your grassroots kid. For your grassroots.
So yeah, we have one on November 1st, and then I think the next one is Friday the 21st is. I live in calendars, but I don't know. So
yeah, your brain must be
and then
hard to shut off at night.
Yes, that is very true. So
man, you're impressive. I run one team full of grown men, and that's hard. Well, you have
managing grown men is different than managing children.
You would think it would be easier.
It's not easier. That's what I'm saying.
What age group did your soccer teams go to? You do the high school kids too, right?
Yep. So high school kids will take a break. So they're playing with their high schools right now. So they'll start back up with us probably around Thanksgiving, a little bit after Thanksgiving. And then, so we do like a pre-K class for those kids. It's super cute. So, and then we go 3 to 18. So, and yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Are you doing any camps or anything?
We will have the Jingle Skills Camp that Mike McShane puts on. So that'll be at McNary. I don't know if he has a date for that yet, but I'll make sure I announce it when we do. And then I actually just met with the pack, and we're going to do some stuff for the youth. Obviously, basketball will be part of it, but the main focus is going to be mental health. So,
very cool.
Yeah, I've been talking with them, and I'm super excited.
I think you said an acronym. What'd you say? PAC?
The PAC. Yeah,
so
the PAC.
Anybody
So it used to be the old
or
hoop.
Listening,
It used to be the old hoop was, and then they have another facility.
Yeah.
So they have the 6 hoops, but I don't know if people know this. They have like a Friday night, like go hang out. They have like 2 pool tables upstairs.
Oh, for the kiddos?
TV, yeah. It's just like a safe hangout space.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if somebody was looking that up, it's under the PAC?
Yeah, PAC.
PAC. So the teenagers, I love that.
And yeah, so we're hoping to obviously integrate with them, obviously on the basketball front, but my big passion is mental health awareness, and so is theirs. So we're going to definitely be rolling some stuff out. I know they've already been working on a curriculum, so kudos to them.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were nice enough to bring me into this whole thing, knowing my background. So
and when's
awesome.
the launch of that?
We're still in the works. Like we've only had a couple meetings, and we're going to navigate from there.
It takes everybody just water in the...
Well, and I think
Watering.
I met with those guys a bit ago, and the work they're doing in mental health and youth sports is like top class.
Yeah,
like innovative. What they're doing is the best. Absolutely,
I love that. When you look at it and people make things so simplistic, and you're like, why did I not think of that?
Exactly. Yeah.
What was I thinking? I love that mental health because it does seem for kids to be able to compete at that high school level, they have to start at such an early level, and to get that mental toughness or to, if you want to keep playing at that level. So yeah, I'm glad that mental health.
We have a team sports psychologist for the Caps because that whole mental, piece of it never ends. Like whether you're a kid or an adult, like it's always going to be there, and there's always going to be frustrating times.
I was just thinking on the CFC side, I know that there's quite a few kids that will hit, because I'm like, how many of them are traveling teams? It seems like a lot of them travel.
Well, we have different levels kind of within those 60 teams in essence. So depending on your age and kind of your commitment level, you'll travel. Our rec programs, they all play at our complex, but kind of the youngest ones will travel kind of here to Portland and that kind of thing. We have some of our teams, kind of the U13 and above teams, that'll end up playing. They play in a league that's actually a kind of a Pacific Northwest league. So they play mostly in Oregon, but they'll play in Washington or in Idaho. Oh. And then there'll be kind of showcase events or things like that. Because some of these kids are looking to go to college to play and do those kind of things. And the way the soccer world works is you kind of get recruited. It's not that someone shows up at your high school game and comes to watch you. You have to kind of put together this and seek out these opportunities and play in specific events that all of the coaches kind of come to
go and watch.
So yeah, just depending on your commitment level, we kind of try to sort everything out that way, depending on who's wanting to do what.
Have you kept track of how many of your kiddos have gone to junior college and college?
Yeah, we keep track of that every year. That's one of our big things because how we connect the sport with education and future and all that is a big part of our mission. It's it's usually around 90% of our kids are going on to participate at some level of college soccer.
That's a wild stat.
That's bananas.
That is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and of those,
because usually like 1 out of 10. Now you're saying 9 out of 10.
No, it's like almost every single kid is going on to play. Then within that group, there's usually 5 or 6 of those kids that are first generation college students. So their kids, their families have never been to school or whatever it might be.
But
and
this
so
door
has been opened, and kind of the support structure they have through the sport. We're talking about teamwork and all that, being a part of a team and around other people who are doing that. You have this culture of like, hey, this is where I'm heading. This is what I'm doing. So
do you feel like, I know it's like when I was growing up and playing basketball, like media wasn't a thing, like social media. Do you think like from the recruiting standpoint, that is the same thing for soccer?
That social media is a part of it?
Part of the recruiting process and being able to put together highlight films and that? Is it the same as basketball?
It's very similar. I mean, I know college coaches that'll go recruit a kid based on the highlight reel that they posted on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so similarly, if you like, that's one of the skill sets that you have to know how to do if you want to go on to play. You have to be able to put together your highlight reel. And so we did a class with our kind of internal staff of like, this is how you put together your highlight reel. They want to see you playing in your position. They want to see this piece. They want to see these pieces and put that into that, and then be able to send that off to the different college coaches. It's a huge system.
Yeah.
It's not, again, I think the misperception is like, oh, this kid's good enough. And there's some college scout that's like,
that's like in the background game. They just drove through.
That's back in the day, that's what it was.
That is how it was, but that is not how it is anymore. Basically, and I think it's the same in basketball.
Yeah.
There's specific events that are kind of known as all the college coaches come to this, or the colleges will put on a preview day type of a thing. Well, they will get a chance
like
to
a
train.
combine.
Exactly.
Football.
Exactly. That kind of a concept. And that makes it much easier for those college coaches to be able to do that. So you kind of have to know how to navigate some of those things. And the other thing that's going to change things as well, and I think this is probably going to change things in the basketball world too, is with community colleges now. The 2 years you play in community college,
the eligibility don't count towards eligibility.
They don't count towards your NCAA eligibility.
So you're going to be
it's basically like prep school. Well, I don't know if you saw this, but there is a kid that just played in the G League for 3 years that now is going to Louisville. So they just signed him. So he played 3 years professionally, got paid, and is now going back to college.
Is that a new rule?
Yeah, you can't be a professional and then go back. But now
they've changed.
So, and the one thing is now they open Pandora's box. So now you can have all these overseas guys that have been getting paid since 16.
Very true.
And then they're going to come in, and now, I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't know. I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, I think it'll make things more competitive, but I also think it's going to disrupt the flow of what college sports was.
College sports is changing. I mean, all the NIL stuff.
Like that.
I wish that was a thing for me. I would have made so much money back in the day.
You're exactly. Like, darn it. You're like the old time football players when they got paid like $50,000 a year. And they're like, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly.
Or baseball. Yep. You're like, oh no, now they get paid like $1 million a second.
Crazy.
It's insane. So I think college sports at the highest levels are going to look more like pro sports. And then you're going to see the kind of traditional kind of college experience that's connected is going to go through community college and is going to be at this D3, maybe D2 level and NAIA.
Right.
So that's what I see.
Well, all these bigger D1 schools, especially on the basketball front, they have changed all of their athletic departments into businesses. So, I mean, like Shaq is the general manager for Sacramento, Mike Bibby or one of those people. But, and then like my buddy Orlando Johnson, who played in the NBA, is now at Washington State as so it's like they're now running everything as a business because there's obviously different circumstances as far as athletes getting paid and budgets. And I mean,
and the rotation will be different. I mean, a kiddo's not going to want to go to the NBA. He's like, I want to go to the NBA to sign my contract. Now the kid could be like, wait a second, I'm making more money.
Well, they were talking about like, especially WNBA players, like some of them were going to make more money in college than they would have in the WNBA. Wow. Yeah. And so now it's like, what do I do? But some of them they're chasing the dream and they're going to follow the dream. But it's a wild concept to think about considering where we came from and what era we grew up
different. And I think I bring that up just because to navigate that as a parent or as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Is like, so much more complicated.
And
than it's ever
yeah,
been.
it goes back to the mental health of
Right.
it, like
Oh,
to
yeah.
having to
Absolutely.
make those kind of decisions to where maybe if you're coming, who knows what your background is, but having to make those decisions when your brain's still developing.
Well, and just like,
Absolutely.
well, then
you're
just
like brain's still cooking.
Absolutely.
the spotlight factor. I mean, you have guys like Zion Williamson, who I've been following since his freshman year of high school, who's now an NBA player, and he did things the right way in high school. But then you have kids like Mikey Williams, who were under the same microscope with the same talent, but ended up getting arrested and this and that.
Yeah.
And then, didn't go to college when he should have. And now he's tried to go to a big school and kind of fell off. And now he's at Sacramento State, but still chasing the dream. But kids being under the microscope and having to deal with that.
Yeah. And wasn't there a role? I mean, you would tell me about the NBA. You used to have to play some college.
Yeah,
before
so it
you
used to
hop-
be, so LeBron was one of the last ones where you could go straight from high school to the NBA. And now you have to have at least 1 year of college or 1 year of G League, which I think they just need to get rid of the rule, because you have kids like Cooper Flagg, who then moved up a year. So he went to college a year sooner and was still the number 1 draft pick of the NBA.
Just bend the rules.
It's a
Just
while.
graduate early.
But then you have the kids on the opposite end of the spectrum that are like, oh, I'm going to go do a couple years of prep school. And then they go into college as, 20,
That's what I mean.
21-year-olds.
Like, it's a big difference between a 24-year-old man and a 21-year-old man. Like,
Oh,
there's
for
a-
sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, I ended up going to college a little later because I got sick. But me at 18 years old and me at 20 years old was two completely different people, like mentally and physically.
That's what I mean. Like, physically, like, there's a big difference if you
Yeah.
look at your 18-year-old self and your 24-year-old self.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. I do love that people are talking about the mental health aspect because it does take, especially, any of the sports, even when I'm watching the game the other day with the Mariners and you're like the pressure.
Oh my.
And
From a fan standpoint, watching that game.
yeah, from a fan standpoint.
kidding.
Like their
But
mental health was.
Yeah, or you see some of the pressure that I think we can all learn as parents that we can put on our kids.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's important as we think about the sports environment and all these different pathways for these kids to that they could take. What are we as adults and parents doing to cultivate a healthy environment for those kids? And that's a lot of different aspects. That's mental health for these kids, taking care of them. That's also how we approach these things and not imposing our dreams upon what these kids are doing.
Right.
That's creating good role models for these kids to be able to look up to and say, hey, this is how it's done well. This is what it looks like. And that's obviously your role within all that. But I think it's a complicated world for these kids to navigate, and they've got to make their own pathway at the end of the day.
Right.
But we as adults and coaches and parents all have a responsibility to create that for them.
Yes. And I think we have them traveling at younger ages, traveling teams used to be middle school and then it dropped to like 5th and 6th grade. And so we're putting that traveling pressure and yeah, I think it's important, not that they're out there, but there are some that we don't impose our dreams on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting because I used to just train kids, and that's all I did. And the amount of parents that thought their kid was going to be the next best thing, and it's like, I was always honest with them. I was like, probably not, but I'm still going to train them.
I have a better chance of just taking flight.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, and I think in your world you've done it more. But we had been running our USL teams and kind of working with the same kind of kid out of college or kind of chasing this dream. And you look at the sacrifices, you look at the mental strain, you look at the challenges that these athletes are going through. It's a huge commitment to get to that next level. I've talked about it with my kids, and they've kind of seen some of these things. I have a 10 and an 11-year-old that are playing, and they're like, Dad, I don't want to be a pro athlete. I think it's too much commitment. I don't want to do that. I'm like, that's great. You just play, enjoy yourselves.
Have fun.
And we as parents, there's this guy who does this book. It's called What Drives Winning. He's a basketball guy actually.
Okay.
So, but it's a lot about what drives winning at the end of the day is character and how we do that. Because if you are doing the right things, doing the right disciplines, all of those things, behaving in the right way, that's going to lead to these results that are going to go to these things. And he has an activity that he suggests that all the parents do with their kids. And it's a kind of a letter at the beginning of the season, in essence, of like, hey, write out what your goals are. Kids can do this, but the parents, what are your goals for your kid?
Okay. I like
as in terms of your kid's sports participation, what are your goals for your kid? And, you know, you can think about kind of what those things are. I know for myself, if I think about what those are, I mean, I want my kids to enjoy the sport. I want them to create good relationships with their teammates. I want them to have a vision for their future. I want them to learn life skills. Being a pro athlete does not make that list for me. And so what he does in the book, what he talks about doing is basically, hey, let's bring this back. Like, does your behavior match what you and your stated goals for? Because we can all get emotional about these kind of things and get these different things. But I think if we have a good picture of like, hey, what is the real, what's the real goal of these things? What's the real outputs of these things? Because we can get so caught up in,
is it somebody missing
picture.
A foul or making the volunteer making the wrong call?
It's interesting. I mean, so I'll coach like youth clinics that include kindergartners, but then I'll also do like college and pro level workouts. And I have the same two like things for everyone, and that's mental toughness and accountability. And the fact that there's so many, even like college kids, that, you know, the accountability factor isn't there and the mental toughness isn't there. And it's like, man, just start emphasizing it at a young age, because it's really one of those things that's not hard to do. It's just Damo, one of our players, always likes to say, it takes no talent to try your best. Like, just try your best, because something's going to happen. And especially like with the younger kids, I feel like everyone's trying to conform to be something they're not. But how do you find your identity within what you're doing? So I think, you know, I'll have kids one day, and that will be like an emphasis of what I'm doing when I'm coaching. It's like, no, be authentically yourself, and then navigate from there. Don't try to be something you're not.
That's good.
Right? If you're a point guard, you're a point guard. You can't be the center.
Yeah. See, that's and you can be 7'6" and be a point guard. We learned it last night in the NBA with Victor Wembanyama. Like,
it's a little tougher to be 5'9" and be anything but a soccer player.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's learn something personal about Collin. Yeah. Collin, have you been given a yellow card?
Absolutely.
Tell me your favorite yellow card story that you would feel okay sharing if somebody knows it's Coach Collin.
I retract my previous statement.
So
people just get to know you.
Yes. Okay. So I think if you saw me play soccer, you'd be very surprised, because I'm pretty quiet. I'm pretty like in life. I'm pretty calm. On the field, I'm the general, and I'm in charge. And so actually,
what position did you play?
I played as a defender, like as a center back, and I also played kind of as a midfielder. And so I honestly, I mean, big surprise. I like to kind of control the rhythm of the game and some of those kind of things. Yeah, I know.
That's so weird.
Yeah, exactly. So honestly, my goal, like, you can get a yellow. It's like a foul in basketball. Like, you're gonna foul people. Right. And so I think there's a misperception in soccer, like, oh, a yellow card, this is a bad thing. We're taught, if you pass me with the ball, you can pass me and the ball won't, or the ball can pass me and you won't. And in the same way that foul in basketball, like, I'm gonna stop them from scoring. Yes. I have to do the same thing, and that'll be a yellow card. So I got yellow cards all the time. What you don't want to get is a red card. And I actually have never gotten a red card in the game.
Okay. So you just explained that to me.
However, it was actually my goal in some games to, like, I'm going to find the line of where the referee is going to say, this is where we're stopping. So I don't, that's not a specific one, but there had a lot of yellow cards.
You found the line. Like, the difference between a soft foul and a hard foul. Like, you're going to let them know who they're guarding.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Same idea.
Yeah, exactly.
You're drawing the line in the sand.
In basketball, we get 6 fouls. In my first pro season, we had a coach that would fine us if we played more than 10 minutes and had 0 fouls. Like, literally, that's awesome. We would get fined. We 250 euros to if we didn't have a foul and we were in the game more than 10 minutes.
So yeah, sometimes
it's part of the game.
I think it's part of the game. I mean, obviously, I don't want anyone to get hurt, but but you want them to know, like,
you're going to go in hard. You're going to go in hard, and you want them to know when you come at me. you are going to have to be better than me.
It's going to hurt.
And it's going to hurt.
This is the Collin I'm going to see every time I look at you now.
Now you know a different thing about me.
I am the general of the midfield.
Yes.
That's big time.
I love that. So how old were you two when you each started playing your sports?
I started playing the summer after 8th grade. I played everything except basketball.
Oh, okay.
Really? Oh, that's a fun fact. That'd be interesting.
I was a sweeper and goalie in soccer. I was an all-star hockey goalie. I was a football quarterback. I was sponsored for skateboarding. I BMX'd. I did literally everything except basketball. I did 2 years of YMCA basketball, I think in like 1st grade and 4th grade or something. But other than that, and then I was 5'8", and I was a really good baseball pitcher. My dad's a big baseball guy. And I went to them and said, I'm going to quit everything and just play basketball. And I was 5'8" at this time. Last day.
And why did you decide that?
I have no idea.
I
don't know. But
did you just watch a Blazers game?
I don't. Well, I mean, I liked to watch basketball, but I knew nothing about it. And awesome. I mean, last day of 8th grade, I was 5'8". First day of freshman year, I was 6'3". Last day of freshman year, I was 6'7".
Oh my gosh!
What the heck?
But it was funny.
You grew a foot in
I was
a
like
year?
5'10" with size 17 feet. I was like, oh, I hope I grow a little bit. I look like uppercase L. It's either this or the circus. I gotta decide which direction I'm gonna go. And then, I mean, I sat the bench my freshman year on JV, and then just worked my ass off. And then my sophomore year, I led the entire state of California in block shots and got my first college letter from Lorenzo Romar at University of Washington.
Where did you go to high school?
Gilroy High, out in California. The garlic capital of the world. We talked. I know.
We're Gilroy.
Yeah,
I grew up in Gilroy.
No way.
Small world.
That is a small world.
You led block shots
in the entire state of California my sophomore year.
That is pretty.
I was like, okay, this might work out for me.
Yeah, there we go.
Either basketball or the circus.
Well, you know,
That's
glad I grew a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, a whole foot in 1 year.
It hurt. Yeah, no, my knees hurt so bad. There were literally days I didn't go to school because my knees hurt so bad.
Yeah, you're like the baby giraffe.
Too. No. Well,
just
and here's my thing. Like,
Yeah.
I stayed coordinated, and they, you know, my primary doctor growing up was a chiropractor, and I'm not even kidding. But they said like me skateboarding helped keep, because you know people grow so fast, they get this Bambi on ice syndrome where they have to relearn and they're just uncoordinated.
Yep.
And me skateboarding just helped me keep balance and rhythm and coordination. And
that's cool.
I mean, I still skateboard to this day. So I have a really big deck, but
get your feet on that.
I know. Yeah.
That is awesome. No, I love that story. And see, that's a fun fact. We get to know people.
There you go.
Colin's a beast on the soccer field. Don't cross him.
And I'm a baby giraffe.
Jason, baby giraffe and baby Bambi.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That is so great. Okay, favorite cereal growing up?
Oh, man. I ate everything, but I was a big Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds kid. I would eat that with milk, without milk, like just give me handfuls of it. Obviously, like I like Cocoa Puffs and Fruity Pebbles and all that, but I was weird. I liked healthy stuff growing up. Spinach and zucchini was one of my favorite foods growing up, but favorite cereal, definitely Honey Bunches of Oats.
How about yours?
I do like some Honey Bunches, but that's
was it the honeycomb ones?
No, this was like it had like the granola clusters and almonds in it. I know, that's what I was saying. I was a weird kid. Yeah, no, it didn't have marshmallows or chocolate or anything, but
no leprechauns. No things.
I was a cinnamon toast crunch guy.
I like
that is good.
Cinnamon toast crunch is solid.
Yeah, I liked to make Rice Krispie treats with cinnamon toast crunch instead of Rice Krispies. I don't know if you've done that, but you should try it.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds. Colin's gonna go.
I might do that. Yeah.
You're like, you make these for Halloween. Oh my gosh, that's so great. So, what's your favorite holiday, or what are you looking forward to for fall?
Oh, I mean, I'm not a big holiday person, but I love to cook. So being able to cook for people is like my love language. So obviously holidays are big excuses to get to cook for people.
Sweets?
So, I have a new girlfriend and her mom is like, she said her mom does all the cooking. I was like, okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'll go to her house and step into the kitchen and see where I fit in. But no, I mean, yeah, I don't, maybe Thanksgiving, because that one is kind of, go all out food wise, but.
Yeah, and it's good to be reminded what we're thankful for. Yeah, sometimes I'll be like, look at the line at the coffee place. And then I'll say, okay, Soraida, first world problems.
I know, right? I get my robots' names mixed up. So like Alexa, Siri, whoever. And so we live in a weird world right now.
Darn it. No kidding. My iPhone upgraded.
Yeah, exactly. That's the complaint right now.
Simmer down, Soraida. Well, the holidays are got to be fun with a 10 and 11-year-old, like that age.
Yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of memories. I think my favorite holiday, I mean, there's the typical ones, but I think Halloween is actually one of my favorite holidays just because it's like so low commitment in terms of like, you don't have to do any prep or stress around it. Mm-hmm. And then you just go and you have a fun time with your kids. Mm-hmm. We go it's like this weird thing that we don't do in society as much where you like get to know your neighbors a little bit more. You say hello to them and you just like get to give out candy and like eat candy and just have some fun with that.
I agree. And I like scary movies.
Oh, I love scary movies.
I do not like that. But you guys can have your movies there.
That is one of those things people, it's like seafood. Yeah. I like seafood or I don't like seafood, you know? Scary movies are either like,
love it or hate it.
Oh, yeah. Love them, let's go. Or
so my dad ran the soccer club where I grew up. And the name was The Nightmares. And we love scary movies. And Nightmare on Elm Street was what the name was based off of. So it was the Freddy Krueger hands holding a soccer ball as the logo. And then we would make shirts that say like my granddaughter's a nightmare or my sister's a nightmare.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's great. Genius.
Oh, it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So my sister was a nightmare.
That is great marketing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, that's what they do. So.
Oh my gosh, that's great. So do you coach your kids?
I try not to, actually. I end up I'm watching and I'm there, and it's I wear like 3 or 4 different hats at the same time because I'm in charge. I'm your boss. I'm this. I'm dad. I'm all these different things. So I try to avoid it as much as I can, honestly, because I just want to be dad with my kids. Yeah, you know, it's just too many layers.
There's definitely. I mean, watching. There's a different relationship between that coach and kiddo than there are just being a dad on the sideline. So they're 2 different experiences.
Yes,
for sure.
Yep, definitely. And I think that the shadow side of that, or the little, like, you can never avoid this perception of like, hey, I'm the dad coach or whatever. And even if it's not true or not, your kids are at one level either getting like this extreme favoritism or you actually go the opposite way because you're afraid of doing that. And that perception is just, it's hard to get around those things no matter what. And so I coached my kids when they were like little and doing the more recreational types of things. But as they've gotten a little bit older, I try to step away.
Where they're trying to do.
Let them do their thing. That's their space. I'll stay out.
And if they ask you, you really just want to enjoy them.
And we'll play in the yard, or we'll do those kind of things, or chat after the game about whatever. But if they want to do it or not, it's not. I don't feel the need to put a ton of weight on that. So
weight on that.
No, my parents were the opposite. Like, they coached me, and now we have a family business together. So I was like 4 years old, and the big thing was like, we're not mom and dad right now. We're either coach or you call us by our first name. So starting when I was like 4 and 5, my parents have always been Bill and Karen. And I still do that to this day. And we'll be at the arena, and all the team and coach will all get on me like, no, that's your mom and dad, not Bill and Karen. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I said.
But distinction of roles and those things. Sure. Yeah,
and it's important.
Good. Yeah.
It's just like having a good friend that you work with, you know, that being able to separate what that looks like.
Compartmentalize.
Yes.
The compartmentalize. I want to go back to that. So with all that remodel and stuff you're doing, aren't you getting another stoplight out there?
Well, so not a stoplight. We're getting a turn lane.
A turn lane. Yes. So that's exciting. So anybody that goes CFC games,
I mean, the fact that you're getting your own turn lane is pretty impressive.
Because that was huge, right?
Yeah. That was a multi-year process, and some of these things. We're real grateful to the county who's been stepping up to help us with some of that stuff. And we're kind of in a unique spot, kind of on the edge of town, and just a lot of traffic coming out there, which is a good thing, but also creates some challenges. So grateful for the help. So
as we were talking about, parents, and I mean, I think volunteering is part of it. So it's easy to point the finger when you don't have any elbow grease in there.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Or play Monday morning quarterback. So how can people volunteer in each of your organizations, or what does it look like to help?
I mean,
with everything
we love our volunteers, and
and sponsorships.
I think to put in perspective, year one, like we play at the Salem Armory, and we rent that by the hour. In year one, my parents have been awesome through this whole thing. Me and my dad would be in there after a game cleaning up till like 2-3 in the morning. And now we have a whole volunteer crew, and what we used to be able to do in 4 hours, we can now do like in an hour and a half. And it's great because if you volunteer, you get to bring your family to the game for free. You get a cool pink t-shirt that no one else gets unless you're a volunteer. But yeah, you just go on our website. I want to say it's volunteer@salemcapitals.com to email.
Yeah. And the game is great in that, but what a great way to meet new people and
our volunteer group is awesome. Like a lot of them have become like, personal friends, and like we do a ton of stuff with our volunteers. We do dinners, 21 and over crowd will go out and hang out. And so it's been a cool way for me to be able to meet people on a social level and not a business level. But it's been, just go online and email one of those emails and someone will respond.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. I think I talked about this at a different podcast, but the people that I wouldn't have met if I was not volunteering or supporting a nonprofit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like that's amazing.
The relational piece of it is huge. Yeah.
And how about, parents, so if somebody moved here, they're listening or watching, they're like, I want to join CFC. So what are the different ways people can volunteer at CFC?
Yeah, we rely a lot on our volunteer coaches. So we have kind of all of those teams have volunteers at some level within them. We have volunteers that can get involved with the school-based program as well, which is a great place for people to be there.
Would they go through you for that grassroots or not the school? Yeah,
we can connect them. We can connect them with the school. We help. It's kind of a partnership between kind of some of our staff, and then we work real well with the school district, and then Salem Leadership Foundation is actually involved as well.
Oh, great.
And so we use volunteers for like weekly practice stuff, but then we do a lot of these events. I mean, the event-based stuff is heavy on volunteers.
Yes.
So any of the tournaments, any of the different events or game days that we do, having multiple people to help with setup, tear down, even doing some of the refereeing we have as some volunteer work there too, depending on the program. So there's a lot of different things to get involved with.
Yes, I think that is really what makes our Valley and Salem Kaiser great, is really the amount of volunteer hours that are put in, that people, I think every day it's worth saying a prayer and thanking them, because our community would look a lot different without the nonprofits out there, the people that are not caring about our kids. And a theme I hear, I feel anytime around the kitchen table, is that we want these kiddos to have purpose.
Right.
So whatever that purpose looks like.
Absolutely.
And and usually the mental health awareness too. So what keeps you up at night, if something continually keeps you up at night?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'll let you go first.
And it could be nothing. You'd say, I hit the pillow and I'm out.
No, sometimes my mind will be racing about details or things like that. But I think the things that really, really do keep me up at night are like unresolved conflict, whether that's, there's an issue that came up with one of the teams and a parent or whatever that looks like, or it's even just an internal thing with our staff or some of those kind of things. I think that is, at the end of the day, those kinds of things are what kind of, I rehash those things in my mind over and over and over again. And those are tricky. So, yeah.
Okay. I just try to like, what is the learning moment? And when I, when I can walk on water, I'll expect other people to.
Yes.
Can't.
Yeah. You do the best that you can. You make the decisions that you can, and you learn from those things, whether you did it the right way or the wrong way, but you can't go back. You just got to keep moving forward. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, people have learned like, you only get one version of me, and that's brutally honest, and that resonates with some people and it doesn't with others. And I think I learned really fast that I'm not going to make everybody happy, which at the end of the day, me being, a human, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or do anything, but I will also be completely honest with people. And I think just, maybe I'm a little abrasive sometimes, but I'm like, no, I got my point across. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, just, man, I don't want to ruin any relationships. I don't want anyone to ever feel bad. But at the end of the day, like, business is business, and I will be honest with people. But I'm still like stirring in it a little bit sometimes, where it's like, maybe could have said that a different way. But again, my point got across, and I think that's the main thing. But I'm also good at compartmentalizing. So at 9:00, Food Network comes on. I don't worry about business. That's awesome. Good job. And I'm watching Bobby Flay.
Yeah, I think it's about the interpretation. I think 99.9% of people we're here and we want to do good, and we want to be good parents and good community members and good friends. But I think we're all different, and I think that's okay. And sometimes there's that fine line where people think they know you because of social media, or they heard one version, and I think people need to trust but verify.
Sure.
Yeah. You can trust definitely. But verify what you're hearing, and just be kind.
Yeah.
Be kind, and if you're talking to somebody, imagine that could be that's somebody's sister or grandmother or dad, and
everybody's a person.
Yes.
And so, yes, we might have strong opinions, or, there might be something that's wrong.
Yeah. I could say, if you had to pick one sport and nobody could play another sport, you're going to say soccer. Exactly. You're going to say basketball. It's okay.
Yeah. But I think being able to have that conversation and still be engaged with each other as human beings, I think that's the challenge of the current moment, is how do you have good, healthy conflict. Good disagreement.
Healthy conflict and crucial conversations.
Yep.
I mean, the hardest conversations, I think, when you're like, and I think that's kind of what you said, unresolved conflict is like, okay, I'm going to have this conversation. But I know anytime I've thought that, I feel so much better after I've had it.
Oh, for sure. Well, and I feel like that's how you grow. Like through conflict, you create resolution, and that building of that resolution helps you become a better person and help your business get to a better spot, because you want that. You need the negative feedback so you can improve on the things. And that's, it's like when someone has something on their face and someone's afraid to tell them, just tell them they have something on their face, because it's going to help them. Like, I don't know why people get secondhand embarrassment. It's like, bro, you got a huge booger on your face. Like, you should probably.
Or like XYZ. Another XYZ. Examine your zipper.
But I think, if there's something obvious, or even your opinion to say, hey, I think this would help, you're either going to listen to it or you're not. But knowing that person thinks that puts in your head like, oh, maybe I could be doing this better.
Yeah. Just so be kind again. Yeah. If your friends have something on their face, let them know.
Well,
yes. It is
that's
a way to be kind, though.
That is absolutely. Totally a way to be kind.
I don't know why people are afraid to tell people like, bro, you got shit on your face.
Yeah. No,
but I'm a friend, so I'm going to help you.
I'm your friend. Yes, exactly.
I want to do another shout out for CFC. So I know that you're collecting auction baskets so even if you can't go to that auction on the November 15th, you can contact them and put together an auction basket.
Absolutely. And thank you for sponsoring and your usual crew that comes to support. So I appreciate you doing that.
Oh, yeah, no. So sponsored the Grand Hotel Salem Convention Center. I think that we are really building some great things here in Salem Keizer, and we have such great, like you, Collin, CFC, and you, Salem Capitals, and that mental health awareness and how you're partnering with the PAC, and it really is like what do they call this, Kevin? Like 6 degrees of separation. Like that, we're all like, it just kind of goes around.
Yeah.
And then now we have Luke and Pat over at the Marionberries, which is super exciting. And then now we're working in Keizer. And I'm talking as right across the resident.
Yes.
Not as a counselor, as a resident.
Clarify.
Of Marion County. That we have, that we're working on getting the Little League fields out in Keizer. And we have a national company coming out. So those are all super exciting things. And even with the way that CFC is working with the turf fields in Keizer, it just creates some
Yeah,
greatness.
I mean, having those spaces to play, and I think the other one is, I think it's great, the Chemeketa partnership and what's happening with the Marionberries over there.
Oh,
I mean, you know how difficult the facility side of everything is. And
Bro,
so,
I'm in a state-operated military-run building.
Yeah, exactly. That's a challenge. But to be able to partner together on these things, we've had some good partnership with Chemeketa as well, and to see them doing some good stuff, I mean, that's just going to make our community that much stronger.
Yeah, and especially because, in that area, when I first talked to, I'm like, all those kids need something to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's so many latchkey kids there that why not bring bring another sense of pride in your community. Like, that's my team.
Well, and I think you're hitting on that. And that's why what you guys are doing is so important, is that is an expression of our pride and our identity and like who we are as a city. And to be able to do those things and have that kind of outlet, like when you think of a city, a lot of times the first thing that you think about is who's their pro team there, who's their team that you go and support, whatever those things are.
And then you're going to have these feeders like Salem Capitals and Marionberries, and then you have CFC, and then we can highlight the kiddos that are moving on. And then you're like...
Yeah, it just is a community pride. I mean, you look at you guys have seen the Lebanon High School, like
like the team,
like how the community rallies around this thing. But it's the connection that happens through it, right? And that's the important piece.
It's so beautiful. We build all these relationships year over year, and then you're like, I mean, I know if I text you, Colin or Jason, I need an auction basket for veterans, or you can text me and say, okay, I need rooms, that we're all here for each other, and that we all have our eye on the prize. We just want the community that we live in.
For sure.
We want our kids to stay and not move away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want your grandkids far away.
No, you gotta, I mean, we're here. We might as well invest into what we're doing here and make this the best that we can.
I love Salem. That was, when I first started talking to my now girlfriend, it's like, hey, you live out of town, but I'm not moving. So if this works out the way it's going to, you're going to have to move to Salem, or this first date probably won't happen. She's like, okay. So I was like, that's how much I love Salem.
Wow.
Like, you have to move to Salem.
God.
He's just being clear.
Yeah.
Gosh, Romeo over there.
Communication.
Romeo, hey, this is going to work out past the first date. You want dinner or breakfast?
Communication.
Healthy conflicts.
But that's how much I love Salem. Like, I'm not willing to move.
Yes.
Like, this is home for me now.
That's cool.
And I do truly love it here and the community here. And it's been, I mean, even from when I first got here till now, the drastic difference within, I mean, basically everything, the community standpoint, like new buildings, businesses, the collaboration between businesses. I mean, I got here right after COVID, but the growth of all the chambers, it's been fun to watch and also be a part of. For sure.
And it's synergy, and it's a different kind of teamwork. Like, it's not but we all are on the same team, and the people that are on the same team. Right. And it's like, nope, that's like, Team Salem Kaiser right there.
There you go.
We're different but the same. And how many Kaiser kids do you have out there at CFC? A lot. I
think it's over 1,000 that are there.
Right?
Just in Kaiser. But yeah, it's the community. It's us working together. That's the only way we can really.
Sounds like we're going to have a CFC Salem Capitals game where you're going to help me pack the arena.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's figure that one out.
No, absolutely. Well, I think that's a great way to end it. I just thank you. This podcast, I definitely am going to have you pass. I can't wait to hear. Definitely, we'll have to maybe have you come in and record all your good news.
Yes, no, for sure.
We could have you do just.
Don't worry, everybody. I'll tell them all of it once we're done, but then you can hear later.
And for you, our community would not be the same without both of you.
Appreciate that.
The same could be said for you and what you're doing too. So I know how much I felt supported by you and all the work that you're doing across all the different boards and different things that you serve on. Like, it blows my mind.
Well, thank you. And I think that most volunteers can say that that's what fills our cup. I know that you too, like, giving back to the community is what fills your cup. Absolutely. And it fills my cup too. Yeah. So I'll leave it with this podcast with find a place to volunteer. It doesn't have to be every week or every month, but there's a lot of great people in our community.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
That you can meet.
Yeah.
Okay. Over and out. Big shout out and a big thank you to Valor Mentoring that recorded the video and audio for this podcast, Changing Lives That Change Lives. And thank you to Remodeling by Classic Homes for sponsoring this podcast. Thank you so much for joining us at the kitchen table with Soraida and friends.
Please follow us on social media. You can find this podcast on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcasts.